Hey, RetconRaider here, with special thanks to the Raiders, the fine folks who help make these videos possible, including but not limited to Dragon Matrix 7, Mathew Smith, Revenant, Alois, Drakiith, V23, Egg, EgonAlter, Emile, Exsellsior, Gottlieb, James Trimmier, Kazorm, Nathan Welch Jr., OverlordPherom, RandomPassrby, RobbyB, Tomasz Piątkowski, Triphoppenskip, and Valinrook. Thanks for your support, guys. That said, let's get started. And welcome back to the alpha for Warhammer 40k, Rogue Trader. As today we set our sights on Footfall's mysterious Shadow Quarter. Though, you know, based on what we've seen thus far, it's kind of hard to imagine that there might be an area that's even shadier than the ones we've already seen. But, I guess everything's relative. Let's go give this place a gander. Bastion Chorda. That is one of our rival traders. A well-groomed young man calls out to you. He's clean-shaven and dressed in clothes that are expensive but unshowy, with a bright aquila embroidered in a prominent spot. Noble sir, a minute of your time, if you please. I am Bastion Indirama Bastal Chorda, youngest cousin of House Chorda, envoy of Incendia Bastal Chorda, rogue trader of the Coronis Expanse by the grace of the Most Holy Emperor. And you must be an envoy of Theodora von Valancius? I noticed that you arrived on the esteemed lady's ship. Chorda. They are some of the most influential rogue traders in the Coronis Expanse, but not on Footfall. This station is under the control of House Winterscale. Something tells me that we are about to hear a most curious offer, says Abelard under his breath so that only you can hear him. Yeah, that's me. Master Fidelio, envoy of Lady Theodora von Valancius. Splendid. It's a pleasure to be speaking with an equal. Truth be told, I get a little flustered in the presence of the powers that be. Bastion smiles meekly. Yeah, I get that. So what's up? What do you want to talk about? A matter of utmost delicacy. You see, you've been to the residence of the Liege. Blaine almost certainly appealed to you for assistance in the arrangement of shipments to Footfall. The Von Valancius trade empire is famed for the abundance of its main agri-world, Janus. It would be odd for him not to seize on such an opportunity when Footfall is on the verge of famine. However, the Chorda dynasty pursues its own interests on Footfall. We have already announced our terms to the Liege, but he is stalling. I imagine in hopes of getting a better offer from you. The Chorda dynasty believes... Bastion smiles and gives a slight shrug. That cooperation would be preferable for both rogue trader houses. If you refuse Vladame, thereby forcing him to agree to a deal with us, the Chorda dynasty can promise you a share of the profits from the future contract, as well as certain other perquisites. Everybody benefits. The Emperor's most loyal servants should be more concerned with carrying his will through the stars, and less with divvying up profits among themselves, Argenta says disapprovingly, but quietly enough so as to not interrupt the negotiations. Especially when the well-being of an imperial world is at stake, even one such as Footfall. If people are talking quietly, you'll really need to lead with that. Behind your smile, Master Bastion, teal shadows swirl. Others may not see them, but your worry cannot escape my eye. What are you afraid of? Your house's wrath should these negotiations prove fruitless? Or the wrath of House von Valancius? Adira, who was yawning in boredom a moment ago, flinches and clutches her face, her fingernails digging into her skin. They're coming. Again. Brothers of the ones who came before. I just don't get it. Do they all have a death wish? Oh dear. And of course we have no option to warn Bastion about this. So I guess he's on his own. Thanks, Adira. Good looking out. Bastion, you might want to get to cover. What? Bastion stares at you in surprise. Then turns around. Death to Offworlders! The Anvers rule footfall! Well, I guess I'll get help. I guess that's the end of Bastion Chorda. Poor guy. He actually seemed pretty nice. Even if he was carrying out the bidding of a rival family. Lanny Goggle-Eyed, you will pay for what you have done. Which has mildly inconvenienced me by interrupting a potentially interesting conversation. Alright, well, this doesn't actually look all that bad compared to what we've been through in previous fights. I think the real trick is just going to be surviving Lanny's barrage of sniper fire while we move up on him.
Never wavered in the face of adversity!
Never waver in the face of adversity! Man, would it have really killed you guys to stand in a single file line? The answer is yes. Yes, it would have. But I still got a few of you. See, this is where weapons like the autogun shine. Numerous low health, low armor mooks like these. Whereas characters like Pascal will have a slightly harder time because they have high power single shot weapons. Hey, we've got a friendly. That's fun.
I know what is to come. What an unfortunate turn of fate.
Nice. Y'all right there? Don't worry, I've got you covered.
Be careful not to cross my gaze.
Who to kill? Who to kill? You.
You didn't stand a chance!
Momentum!
I'll bring glory to my bloodline!
I also just realized we're still using the auto pistol. Oh, but... Right, because I triggered our military excellence while I was wielding the auto pistol, I guess. Okay, fair enough. Well, I guess we'll just keep rocking the auto pistol. Seems to be working well enough thus far.
Already done!
Oh man, yeah, that is not bad.
easy. Suits my purposes.
And the surge is over. Good run. Oh, right. That was all on Cassie's turn, too.
Try to die with grace, at least.
You know, as much as I like running a soldier, I'm starting to realize that going double leader might have actually been the real power move. Those command actions really add a lot of versatility. Shoot, right. I was hoping he'd curve the path, but that's fine. We are still within swing range. Huzzah! Thank goodness for reach.
Faith without deeds is worthless. As the Emperor commands, I act.
Right, yeah. That went about how I figured it would.
I'll do it.
Unfortunately, while bolters are certainly high power, they are not particularly high accuracy. Oh, you jerk. I did not see that coming. But better stunned than dead, I suppose. Yeah, enemies with, like, actual real grenades must be a nightmare in this game, because it's basically almost guaranteed damage. Unless their throw goes wide. And given that most of our characters are only rocking like 35 to 50 health, a single frag grenade would really mess you up. Let's push up on Lanny.
My tactics are flawless.
And make sure we switch off to the Orcblood this time.
Nothing I can't do. Opposing me was your biggest mistake.
Fantastic. Opposing me was your biggest mistake. Alright, let's clean up the dregs. We're pretty much done here.
On it.
Let's get Abelard in there.
I have read tomes of military tactics. I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Split.
It will be done.
And... splat.
Reduce to dust.
Something about those sound effects make the melee kills feel a lot less dramatic than they really should be. Oh, hey guys. Thanks for the help. Really appreciate it.
Suits my purposes. All too easy.
Oh, I am very sorry. You just kind of came out of nowhere, buddy. But no harm done? You're good? Alright, cool. I'm gonna go. Casing chestplate. 4 deflection, 5 absorption. Plus 2 extra deflection versus fire. Interesting. So high deflection but low absorption. Though I feel like our Enforcer Carapace is still better. Though the casing chestplate did have a better dodge penalty. I'll have to think on that. The absorption is obviously a lot worse, but better dodge chance, higher overall deflection. I feel like we'd actually come out ahead. Oh, right, that was Bastion Chorda. Poor guy. Rest in peace, Bastion. I barely knew ye. Anver's note from Atrium. Sector 2, watch your back. Make sure you're not being followed. Well, that doesn't tell us much. We already knew these guys were Anvers. Ooh, Death World Armored Body Glove. Let's have a look at that. If I can find it. These are our body gloves, so... Aha! Right, the bracket put it at the end. Okay, +1 movement point. That's not terrible. I mean, it's basically a normal body glove, it just gives an extra movement point. Which means it is an improvement for any of our characters who are currently wearing body gloves. And I feel like Cassie could certainly stand some extra movement. That'll give her better range with her leadership abilities. And the Auspics. Flat +5 on awareness tests. Which we will of course toss right to RetconRaider because he's already got a massive awareness. This will bump it up even higher. And I am starting to see how hotly contested those accessory slots are going to be. We're not finding much in the way of actual, like, other wearable stuff. It's mostly just things you carry in your ring slots. Alright, we should probably go have a quick follow-up with Vladame. Not sure I'll really care, but he did just have a member of a major trade house
None shall stand
murdered on his front doorstep. Greetings, your lordship. I don't mean to hurry you, but I do hope that our deal is still in place. the station continues to experience increasingly severe shortages of provisions. Yeah, I'm working on it. It's been like 20 minutes. Also, someone just tried to kill me. The mask of cold courtesy vanishes from Blaine's face as soon as he takes in the air, which is permeated with the miasmas of sewer stench. He grimaces, desperately fighting the urge to turn his head away, but eventually regains his composure. Oh, are you just noticing our sewer-drenched clothes? A bit late, buddy, but better late than never, I suppose. So hey, a member of House Chorda just met me outside and asked about our trade deal. And then, crazy coincidence, but someone explosively dismembered him. Blaine doesn't look surprised. The Anvers again, I presume. Those anarchical degenerates don't care whom they shoot at, be it my servants, yours, or those in the employ of House Chorda. I suspect that this agent wished to negotiate a deal that would have you refrain from hindering Incendia Chorda's efforts to strangle us with the threat of hunger and demand our obedience. If so, I don't believe I will be mourning the man's passing very long. That is harsh but fair. And slightly suspicious. I mean, maybe it's just a coincidence, but the Anvers would make a pretty convenient, deniable hit squad. But we'll play it cool for now. Yeah, I'm just getting annoyed that people keep exploding when I try to talk to them. Yes, that is indeed lamentable. But these are the times we live in, and this is Footfall. Its denizens don't always look for a reason to spill blood. Yeah, fair enough. I'll catch you on the flip side. Then I won't take up any more of your time. Excellent. See ya. Alright, into the shadows. Oh, nice. We can actually quick travel right from here. Also, we can now see a place called the Martyr's Endurance on our map. That's intriguing. Argenta gestures for your attention. Rogue Trader, I would like to remind you about Reverend Hieronymus's request. He asked us to search for a potential cultist den in Footfall's shadow quarters. Yeah, I remember. You alright, Argenta? You seem kind of antsy. What? No. Argenta shakes her head and rubs her temples tiredly. Apologies, Rogue Trader. Being here on Footfall is difficult for me. It's a minor personal weakness, but I'm as ready to fight as ever. It will have no effect on my combat skills. You sure? I mean, if there's something that's bothering you, we could talk it out. Might actually help. Argenta shoots you a wary look. I suppose I could share it with you, but the tale will be long, and I will have to start from the beginning. I wasn't born in the Coronis. I was sent here to be a guardian of a reliquary on Footfall, but my ship became caught in a warp anomaly, and although it lasted only days for those on board, decades had flown by in real space. Right. Blaine mentioned something about that, about a ship coming through the maw that got, like, temporarily displaced by a couple of decades. So I guess she was on it, or on another ship that suffered a similar fate. Huh. A sister of battle out of time. When at last I arrived on Footfall, it felt like I had been erased from time. No one was waiting for me on this side of the maw. The people who were supposed to greet me, who knew about my imminent arrival, had died. The reliquary that should have been mine to safeguard had instead been taken under the protection of Reverend Hieronymus and his brethren. They were more than up to the task. They had no need of my help. I have so many cats crawling on me right now. Footfall became my cage. I didn't know who I was or what purpose I had here. The way back to Calixis seemed like another trap. Even if I were to find a ship headed there, my sector, my order, they too would have lived decades without me by that point. Whenever I'm reminded of those months spent on Footfall, it feels like I'm falling into a pit. I hope the rumors of cultists turn out to be true. I can't wait to prove with my bolter that the world and the Imperium still need me. Yeah, that's just rough all over. So, what prompted you to leave Footfall? I mean, surely something must have been a catalyst. Yes, a sign, almost a portent, showed me the right path. But it's not something I can speak of like this, on the street, in this den of sin. Let us be on our way. All I'll say is that on Footfall I met Lady Theodora and joined her. And that was the end of my languishing in this place. And now she's dead. I can see how that would be an issue. You probably feel like you're once again unmoored from the one anchor point that had helped stabilize your life after that unfortunate incident. Alright, well, what exactly was it Hieronymus wanted us to look into again? He told us to look for sun symbols inscribed in blue and gold. Hieronymus's congregation suspects certain suspicious individuals of heresy, and rumor has it that this is how they mark their hideouts. Blue and gold sign, you say? Not unlike that one that's maybe 10 feet in front of us? Are you sure about this, Argenta? I mean, they're not exactly trying to hide their presence. There was a time when I'd have said it was likely a fabrication. One can say many things about the Kaspalika mission and the other shady operators on Footfall, but even those thugs are loyal to the Emperor, and so they mercilessly exterminate outright heretics in their territory. But now, heretics have launched an open attack on a rogue trader's ship. A member of your dynasty, Conrad Voigtver, has turned out to be one of them, and Footfall itself is sinking deeper and deeper into madness. In these times of strife, I'm willing to believe in heretics who openly perform their dark rituals and brazenly mark their dens with sacrilegious symbols. Well, okay then. I guess we'd better get a move on. Root these guys out. Honestly, I've got to say this floor kind of looks nicer than the one we just came off of. The Shadow Quarters. When I was last on Footfall, I used to take my weapon and wander this area, anticipating an encounter with a mutant or a bandit. Rising sun symbol seems oddly repulsive, even sinister. That's Zench, right? Blue and gold. Oh, goodness. It wasn't time that destroyed these tiles. They were definitely pried out with purpose and diligence. This new wig is too tight. I suppose I could have gone without it, but the old one is just too old. Why are your recollections of this so blue? And the more you talk about it, the darker the blue becomes. Oh, guide, how far away are we? We were promised a thrilling mutant hunt. Oh my goodness, there's so many things happening. Patience, patience, your graces. We're almost there. You'll have your hunt and your thrills. Run away.
What is that?
Yeah, that background chatter gets kind of bananas pretty quickly. Oh, hello. We've got a secret door right next to some Anvers propaganda. Knock, knock. No solicitors, I guess. I can respect that. Sorry.
A new challenge for me?
Okay, so apparently there's fake trapped entrances. We'll try to keep that in mind. Who holds a flamer like that, you idiot? We're almost refueled here. We'll show you how it's done. Is that a hand flamer? That is very pretty. The guy's pretty much a cinder now. It was a lot more fun when he was alive and thrashing about. I'm very glad that you felt the need to clearly broadcast what a psychopath you are, so I don't feel bad about preemptively killing you on approach.
Follow my lead!
Viva Kasbalika! It is kind of interesting that the Kasbalika is supposed to be the criminal cartel in charge in the Coronis Expanse in general, and on Footfall in particular. But the Anvers have set up such a solid foothold that their noise essentially drowns out anything the Kasbalika would really do. Can we get up there? No, it doesn't look like it. We'll just take these guys head on. Honestly, doesn't look that bad. These are softer targets. Should be able to cut right through them with auto gunfire.
I'm restless.
You know, I'm not actually sure if this game has surprise rounds. I guess we're about to find out. Look at that! Here comes another training target for us. Fire it up, you lot! Wow, we took that bullet really well. Also, it does not appear we have surprise rounds. But we do still have a pretty clear advantage. We've got some slight UI issues with the raised chunks of ground. But I think we can still move there, because we're still seeing the shield icons. Yeah, okay. That's good. I think Pathfinder actually had a similar issue. Wow. Yeah, that Orthlock was a good find. Goodness, this fight's not gonna last very long, is it? Auto gun, auto run. Get in there, Pascal. Get your one measly kill, and then sit tight for the rest of the fight. Yeah, that seems about right. Thanks. Thanks, Pascal. Triple dodge. Thank goodness we pumped our agility. Lightning bolt.
Anything else?
Nice, nice. Abelard, I could use you over here. Man, I'm torn. I feel like we've gotten decent mileage out of this sword so far, but that thunder hammer just looks so cool. You got me. Ooh, ah, it hurts and burns. To be fair, despite not taking any damage from that initial hit, Abelard is still on fire, so he will take damage on his subsequent turns. Thank you, Argenta.
In thy light I stand, and thy light I pray.
Let's get you in cover.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
You alright? I'm sure he's fine. We got Rogue Trader as directed by John Woo for a moment there.
I'll do it. It's why I was chosen.
Ooh. Streak's over. But man, that military excellence is excellent. And we're pretty much done. We've got like 2 dudes left over there, plus the leader here.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Abelard, cool it.
I may.
Oh, shoot. Right. I wasted my 1 action point on an attack buff. It's fine. We've got this. Oh, you jerks. You jerks and your stun grenades. You're just prolonging the inevitable. I'm gonna cut this short.
Suits my purposes. Nothing I can't do.
You sure about that, Rhett? Well, actually. Fair enough. Alright, let's see what you got. Thunderhammer! Oh, that is so tempting. Lower damage, much higher pen. Loses the parry bonus but gains stun. That's a strong maybe. Anver's note, left from Cinder's crew. He's waiting for you. You know the place, so be there on time. The turn can be seen from the entrance to the Adeptus. Make sure some gawker doesn't see where you're going. The Adeptus. That sounds like a clue. But I don't know what an Adeptus looks like. Is it that guy? Are you, sir, an Adeptus? Also, flamer pistols. Man, oh man, it would be fun to dual wield these things. Also, wildly impractical. But we'll take them. Might find a use for them, might not. It could actually be a good alternative for Sister Argenta. her biggest weakness right now is that she can't use either of her main weapons when she's stuck in melee, but that would not apply to a pistol weapon like a flamer pistol, and it would let her carry something else in her offhand, a chainsword, or just a second flamer pistol, then she could alternate, since they have a one-turn cooldown, I imagine. Though, of course, you're also giving up range and damage as part of that exchange. That's what makes a full-blown flamer better than a hand flamer.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Yeah, I hear you, Rhett. It is tough giving up that higher damage potential, but I'm just saying it'd be more versatile. I mean, we basically did the same thing with you. You're rocking an auto gun in one slot, and an auto pistol and chainsword in the other. Side note, multi-charges are auto success, multi-keys are plus 30 to your skill check, and normal tech use is just a straight skill check. So it is to our advantage to use multi-keys. Except for maybe in this case, where this container contained nothing but trivial, minor cargo items. You win some, you lose some.
Pay attention.
Can we get up there? Maybe over here. Looks like a climbing point, but where would that actually take us?
Nothing matters more.
Oh, I see. We were just moving debris to get to this chest. Fair enough. Grenadier's Gloves. +5 on ballistics. And +2 on grenade damage. That's actually tempting for our main, but I think Sister Argenta could probably make better use of that. Actually, they're both about on par as far as ballistics go, but Rhett's already got an accessory. A well-worn poster with a call to serve the Imperium. That's not an Adeptus, I think. Maybe?
I'll lay claim to the stars.
I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea what we're actually looking for here. I'm just waiting for more clues to pop up. From behind the closed doors, you hear the humming of primitive washing machines and the voices of laundry workers singing simple songs. Oh, that's actually kind of sweet. Wastewater, unsafe for drinking even after purification, and now being used for laundering. I mean, I guess that's still sweet. Also, we missed a chest back there, but we'll worry about that later. And there we go. Unless it's a trap. Also, we're basically out of time, so we might have to save that for next time. Right then, what have we here? Double rations for you and your husband? I thought your husband kicked the bucket. No, Warden. The papers are as real as they come. You sure this is a stamp? I can't make it out at all. And the letters don't fit in the boxes. These papers aren't fake by any chance, are they? Oh, we also have a herald shouting nearby, but I missed whatever he just said. 2 rations for me and my husband. Here's the stamp, the signature. It's all in order. And then this, I imagine, is just a sign of the growing famine, which we have been tasked with ending. And yet, we have news about the Anvers. They finally fixed the typo in their propaganda. I don't like that the dialogue box automatically closes like that. I can lock it open, but if I do, it stops scrolling, which is also not ideal. I saw a rat the other day. Big fat one. Wish I'd caught it. Yeah, I wish you had too. And I was at the atrium, listening to a sermon. They said things, but mostly just that we're doomed, doomed, doomed. The holy people know best, of course, but I don't think we're that doomed. I mean, a rat's gotta be a good omen, surely. Sure, we'll go with that.
Something of interest.
I mean, if Demolition Man taught me anything, they make a mighty fine burger. That said, I guess this is a good place to call it. We're past time. We've had a pretty productive episode. We met some new people. We watched most of them die. Killed a few of them ourselves. And here we are, on the cusp of entering a dark hideout. Which could be something as innocuous as the local drug den or Kaspolika trading post. Or it could be a cultist hideout. Or an Anvers hideout. Or just a generic pirate hideout. Who knows? But we will find out next time. See you then. Oh, and remember, although I do love playing Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader, you can find out more about the game by visiting the official websites. And if you'd like to help support the channel, then feel free to push the buttons that do the things, or maybe even check out the Patreon, the YouTube memberships, or the Nexus GG page. Links are in the description.